hand itching. I need a couple grand. My hand itching. I need some money, man. My hand itching. Too much contraband. Trying to get some money like I'm Uncle Sam. Hold up, it's about to be a robbery. My hands keep on itching. I need money like Monopoly. Cheese, fettuccine, I mean green beans and broccoli, and you can't know me.
Welcome to another episode of the Last Time We Spoke podcast. And as always, like, share, comment, rate, and subscribe to whatever platform that we are located on. And as always, I am your boy Steph.
International Joe, I said Fifth Wallace.
Dullah from Naptown, West Side though.
And today, on today's episode, we are reviewing Young Hoosier. And the album is called The Evolution. From there, we're going to speak on the local independent artist grind, what you could do to possibly get your music heard, and any and every available, well, not every, but various available outlets for you to get your shit heard. Starting off with Young Hoosier. This album is called The Evolution. Joe, what did you think about the album, brother?
Well, going into this, you know what I'm saying, like I do like to give people clean slates. To be honest, I want to be objective when I'm listening to stuff, but at the same time, when I haven't heard an album from you, like when I feel like, to me, it's your debut, or whatever the case may be, like if it's my first time listening to you, I try to go back to your earlier stuff so I can hear your story. And so from this, what I was expecting to hear from Young Hoosier, even though it's called The Evolution, was the introduction. I wanted to hear not just about him, but I wanted to hear about Indiana. I wanted to hear about Indianapolis, where he's from. I wanted to hear a regional sound. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to hear, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to be out. The next time I heard a rapper from Indiana, I wanted to be able to say, you know what I'm saying, the first time I heard he's from Indiana, you know what I'm saying, about the same sound. And also, with all that, I just want to hear a good album, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if that's missing. That's me being selfish or being picky. That's what I want to hear. But as long as it was a good album, I was straight. So, like, unfortunately, I didn't hear what I wanted to hear. Nonetheless, what was presented was some good shit, you know what I'm saying? He starts off with I'm a G. I remember him dropping that sometime earlier in the year, and maybe there even been a video. Yeah, I'm all the way fucking tripping. That's the one with the Prince in it, man. So yeah, that was what I was asking for in the like what I was saying in my little intro or whatever. That's him describing his situation. That's him, you know what I'm saying, gives some autobiographical, you know what I'm saying, information. Solid beat, good rhymes. And like I said, there's a video for it. So anybody out there listening, if you're not familiar with it, go ahead and search that. If I'm wrong, oh well. If he gets into some tracks, you know what I'm saying, some more accessible tracks for anybody who's listening. Well, for all I know, it could be the stuff he wants to do, but it sounds more accessible with Flamingo and Finesse featuring Cuddy 100. Transition. Also a video, track with a video. Just what it sounds like, you know what I'm saying, about out there grinding, motivating people to get out there and grind, like what it takes to get out there. Weather Report featuring Boney Jones. That was a strong feature. It was a strong feature by Boney Jones, whoever you are. I never heard of this person or this person's music, but that was some good shit. But my favorite song off of this would have to be Slow Down. Basically about the perils of the street life, man. Like, especially as you advance in age, as you get older, leaving that life behind. especially, since I keep saying that fucking word, when you have somebody depending on you. So it's just 9 to 5 nigga rap, man. This ain't no flashy shit. This song in particular, like I said, he got some other tracks where he has more accessible music, but this song in particular is just 9 to 5 shit, man. Like the shit that a lot of people who pick up microphones in the hip hop game are actually experiencing, but they labels get them to portray something else in a video or in public or wherever. They sending them so y'all can buy their records and shit. So I really dig that one, Slow Down. And yeah, man, hopefully the next time, the next album is a more cohesive project, and it truly is the evolution. Like, whatever he puts out, like, man, I wish that for anybody I listen to. I want every project to be better than the last, and I know that's not realistic because it doesn't happen for a lot of people, but I truly want the next album from Young Hoosier, since your name is Young Hoosier, to depict a truly Indianapolis style, a truly Indiana style, you know what I'm saying? Like, I dig all types of music. I understand he has to do what I'm telling him to do, but let Atlanta have their shit, and all these other areas have their shit, and just like make something that's yours. That even if you don't blow up like in a mainstream way, motherfuckers who come up in the game could be like, man, yeah, when I was coming up, they had motherfuckers like if there's a rapper from, side note, if a rapper from my city, if a rapper from Houston, you go hear a motherfucker like, you know, the Ghetto Boys and all these people, you go hear, you know what I'm saying, people mention as influences, but like the underground people, the underground legends, you go hear motherfucker, yeah, I had K Reno, I had Lil Kiki, Fat Pat, like you don't hear people saying all these names that a lot of people ain't gonna be familiar with, but they like are so important to the fabric of our city, of Houston. Shit, Southern rap in general, to those that don't know, but of Houston for sure. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I feel like with the name Young Hoosier and the talent he has, that's where he can take it. And I hope that he takes it. But that's my 2 cents, and it's unsolicited advice. I wish him the best nonetheless.
Young Dullah, what say you, my friend?
Young Hoosier, Naptown, West Side though. Also, being from Indy, going off of what Joe said, he wanted to hear more about Indianapolis, you know what I'm saying, about Naptown, especially with a name like Young Hoosier. So I understand where he's coming from, and being that I'm from Indy, I can understand and can relate a little more to what Hoosier was saying. But I can also tell the list by Joe that he didn't touch on Indianapolis much. You know what I'm saying? He didn't touch on where he's from much. You know he's from a certain type of environment. So he's from the inner city. You know he's from the hood. You know he's been through struggle. All this in his messages. You can hear it in his voice when he talks. But he didn't let you know particularly about where he's from, what goes on in his hood, in the land where I know he's from, which is the same neighborhood that I'm from. So I can agree with that. And as far as what was dope on this album, you know, I love the features on this album, man. So many times when artists have features, it's like a buddy thing, or you're hot, so I'm gonna put you on the feature, and it doesn't really blend. But on every song on here, on Finesse with Cuddy 100, who's his best friend, and you can hear that in the album. You can hear that he's on here like 2 or 3 times. Every one he's on here, you can hear the way that they go back and forth. Not necessarily rhyme back and forth, but you can hear that they uplifting each other on every verse, verse by verse. You know what I'm saying? And you can hear the chemistry that they have. And including my favorite song on here, which is Slow Down, which I can relate to being who I am and where I'm from. So if you're from that type of environment, and or you just a normal person, man, you ain't got to be from that environment, who goes through struggle, you know what I mean? You can relate to that stuff. Slow Down. which is my favorite track on here. And the Weather Report with Boney Jones, he killed it. I don't know who he is either, but he killed that. You know, he got one of the best verses on the album. So I love that song. I'm a G. Of course I love that song. I like that song. I don't tell her I like that song. And my son is in the video for that song, so you know. And, Hands Itching, I like the message of it. Some things that I would do different or that I should have did better because I didn't do it. Some things that he can improve upon, or he could have improved upon on this album and did better is like sequences, the sequence of these songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, this isn't an album. This is not an album. This is a project or a playlist. It sounds almost like a playlist, you know what I'm saying? Because the difference between a playlist and an album really is the sequence. A lot of times it's just the sequence of the song, you know what I'm saying? The album has to tell a story, you know what I'm saying? It has to keep you somewhere. So what's word and understand the message they're trying to relay, and then sequencing the track list, it goes hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you don't watch a movie from the middle, then go back to the beginning, and then go watch the end. You know what I'm saying? You have to watch the movie from the beginning all the way through the end. And that's something that he definitely needs to improve upon. If you're an artist and you're dropping an album and you put it on all these major platforms, you have to make sure that it's mixed and mastered. You know what I'm saying? And so many songs on here, there's large gaps between one song and the next song, which also goes back to sequences. You know what I'm saying? So that's a strike. And like the song Love on Me, I like that song because it shows growth, which goes to the album title Evolution. Because before I heard Hoosier, I listened on he wouldn't make a song like that. But now he's older, he has 3 children of his own, you know what I'm saying? And he can make a song like that. It's understandable, it's relatable for a lot of us who's in love or have that somebody. But the album, you have to strain to hear that song, which means it wasn't mastered right. So many different levels of songs on this album. The audio is so off as far as the levels. So I would say that means either you're not taking it serious enough, or you're mixing mastering yourself and you're learning through trial and error, which I can understand, and hopefully on the next one it sounds better. Or you think you got it mixed and mastered and somebody knows what the hell they're doing. So I would say get that shit taken care of. Make sure you have somebody around you who's going to help you with the sequence of the album. This album has the story. We have to hear evolution on it. We have to hear you evolving from who you were to who you are now. And if you're an artist and this is like your debut album, you have to tell them who you were and where you came from to where you are now. So you have to do a better job of filling in those gaps, letting the people know and hear your story. And being that I'm from Indy and I understand that we don't really have a sound, you're the sound. Why the fuck not? You're the sound. You make them listen to you. You become the sound of Indy. You know what I'm saying? So those are things you should work on, and what I look forward on the next track is hearing that. Hearing what me and Joe just talked about. You know what I'm saying? And anybody who listens to this album, I'm pretty sure you can pick up on this. The shit needs to be mixed and mastered, right? It has to sound professional. You have to take it serious. I know you take it serious. I know you're a hustler. You got to take it serious and have your shit done professionally, mixed and mastered, right? We have to know who the fuck you are, and Indianapolis don't have a rap on the map, so let us know about Indy. Tell us about your hood. Tell us about the West Side. You know what I'm saying? I know about the West Side. I'm from there, but tell us about the shit that go on. Tell us about your life. Tell us about your parents' life. You mentioned a couple times on here about your father in heaven. You know what I'm saying? So tell us about that story. Tell us about your mother. You know what I'm saying? Tell us about your hood. Tell us about people you love, the people you lost. You know what I'm saying? We need to hear that shit. I'm happy to see where he's going to take it. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that it's a great album, and I'm interested in seeing where he's going to take it, and I think he's going to do good on the next album. Better, that is.
Pretty much my 2 cents. I mean, a lot of what I was going to say, y'all already hit it on the head. Definitely sequencing. I'm not going to go track by track, but I think Slow Down If my memory serves me correctly, I think that is the one that's, I think like you were saying, you got a strain to hear. Love on me. Love on me. And that was actually a fairly, well, I ain't going to say a decent song. I could actually hear that, like, I don't know if y'all do this in Indiana still, or Indianapolis, I should say, where you get your local artists on the radio or whatever, and they pretty much pump it or dump it type shit.
Yeah, we do that.
Y'all still do that? That would be one I would actually put on there. But cohesively as an entire album, I agree wholeheartedly. It's not necessarily evolution, because you walk away with so many questions about, just like you said, his father. What is it like on the west side of that? You know what I'm saying? Like intricate stories. There's really no full-fledged storyteller on there. Like, I think the one, I guess, I can't even say intricate. I guess the one part people tend to overlook, especially in this day and age. Yes, I said this day and age. I'm about to get on my old man soapbox for a quick second. Storyteller. From all of, like, you know, the MCs that's labeled as great or whatever, they have a storytelling aspect to at least one or a few albums or whatever. I didn't get that here. And I am, like I was saying earlier, I walked away with some questions. It kind of reminds me, like, depending on what he does on the next album, at least for me, this could be like, for those that, you know, around his age group, his peer group or whatever, this could be possibly his Section 8, where it's like, this is pretty much just the groundwork, this the foundation, and the next album, we're going to get into some intricate shit. But I didn't necessarily like the sequence of it. I think, again, what you said about it being an album, your introduction to the world, and putting it on all these streaming services, it should have been tightened up sonically. It's a nice little long gap. I think you might have touched on that too, or one of those songs where the song is already off and it's just continuously playing. Like, ain't no fade out or nothing. It's just, nigga, the song's over and it's just dead air.
Yeah.
No, you don't fuck around like that. Like, that's almost kind of reminiscent to me of when you dub a tape and the song is already going, you done fucking fell asleep dubbing the tape and you just record nothing now. You know what I'm saying? And like, definitely on a first album run, that shit cleaned up, tightened up, especially. Now, what I would like to see on the next effort, again, I would like for him to get more intricate with some of his life stories and perils of shit, trials and tribulations he done went through. Again, just like you said, to tell us a little bit more about Westside and that time. Why are you so different? You know what I'm saying? Why are you the one out of that time? I mean, I get that, but just, I guess, with it not being too many local rappers from that town that's really making noise or whatever, but why do you feel like you are the stand-up? I need to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got little lines and little jabs in here that's somewhat clever, but like, I need to, why are you that guy? And which again goes back to, you know, storytelling. I think, the one thing that I find that he does probably better than any other local artist I've heard, and I'm not just saying this out of Indianapolis, I mean from any city I've ever been to, that motherfucker know how to ride a beat like none other. Like, his cadence, his flow, like, he can ride a beat like none other. I think that's one of the first things when I heard previous works of his, or songs, I should say. It's like, he definitely know what he's doing, like breath control. You know what I'm saying? He don't sound like Capadonna, like a lot of local artists do. Can't ride a beat to save their damn life, or trying to, you know, get their silky shock out. But he definitely know how to do that. And probably the last thing I speak on is auto-tune. I didn't need to hear that shit on every song. Like, that's why I feel like it sounded a little dated. But I didn't need to hear, like, it was a few of those songs, and I understand resources and all of that shit, but it was a few songs, I think, what is it? Love on Me. If that shit, if you actually got a full-fledged singer, or not even a full-fledged, somebody that can, you know, carry a tune or whatever, that could have been, you know what I'm saying, that one, like that accessible one that Joe was talking about. But, you know, I don't need to hear auto-tune on that. I think, in closing, I think Young Hoosier got a hell of a amount of potential. Just got to tighten some shit up, and yeah. But again, I think he's probably one of the best local artists I've heard, and that's saying something.
Let me say something real quick, because you just brought up something. This is to who, but this is to all fucking up-and-coming artists. If you're not a singer, you don't have to fucking sing the hook and use auto-tune. It sounds fucking annoying. To most people, it just sounds annoying as fuck. That wave is over with. Let this shit go. I'm not saying you can't use it every once in a while, but man, that shit's crazy. Like, to Hoosier directly.
As a crutch to hide shit. That's pretty much all you're doing.
Yeah. To Hoosier, that shit. To Hoosier. Oh, let me say something. Let me say this. To Hoosier directly, if you need a singer, I know a lot of people who can say male, female. There's another song on there, I think it was With You. It needs a little background vocal, a little ad-lib, like a female touch on it. You know what I'm saying? So, get at me. All right.
Definition of a soldier, I'm the living proof. Died a couple times and came back identical. I didn't even miss a loop. If this is a new wave, I'm in Kendrick Lamar's swimming pool. Both hands on the steering wheel, my game straight like 10 and 2. Indiana power lines, I retired my tennis shoes. Self-made, boy, I'm the general and lieutenant too. Sugarcoat with nothing, I'm thugging, grabbing my genitals. They kicked me when I was down. They spit on me like Jesus. Do my thing inside this game while they keep hating from the bleachers. I don't need no extra baggage now. I don't need no leeches. Living good, my high is natural. I don't need no reefers. Put the pressure up on maximum. You damn right I'm acting up. Float but no jacking up. Everybody backing up. I used to ain't had shit. Damn, look who catching up. Catching plays, you probably catch a fade. Trying to fuck it up. You think I'm talking? I ain't said enough. Hold up. When I was falling. I was falling. Crawling to the end. I kept crawling. I'm standing. Now that I'm standing on my feet. I told myself that I would never fall. When I was falling. I was falling. I kept crawling to the end. I kept crawling. I'm standing. Now that I'm standing on my feet. I told myself that I would never fall again. Last time I fell, I thought I would be down forever. Had to let it go. Knew these hoes wouldn't be down forever. Just like Ray J's sister Brandy. Forget relationships and family. Bitch, it's time to get a Grammy. I'ma get it on my granny. No distractions, I'm equipped. I keep a plan B. Nah, I can't go for nothing. I'm the son of Sandy. Couple rounds off in the clip. Only show it if I'm jamming. Real gangsters don't show it. Keep it tucked unless you blame it. I'm just telling that real life from a real life. Goddammit. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. I done been around and I done it. RP the nigga shot it low, nigga done it. Shouts out to my nigga Cuddy, gotta keep it 100. I done stayed down till I came up, nigga better know that I'm coming. Or the 100 round to be dumping. I'm 100 miles and I'm running. Everybody that know me know them 3 reasons I'm hustling. I ain't bagging down from nothing.